Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at the first pickup capsule for September. In this pickup capsule, you will have until September the 9th until midnight PST or PDT to get one of these Tsums if you are trying to get them. In this pickup capsule, there are 6 Tsums, just like any other pickup capsule. The first pickup capsule Tsum that we have is Maleficent Dragon. There's 1 copy of that. Then you have 2 copies of Owl, 3 copies of Fix It Felix, and then 3 copies of Flash, 3 copies of Cheshire Cat, and 3 copies of Prince Phillip. Now, out of all 6 of these, there's really only 2 that I really like, that really stands out to me. And the first one is Owl, and number 2 is Maleficent Dragon. Maleficent Dragon is actually really good, but is at a pretty high skill level, so you have to get him to a pretty high level before he becomes really good. He used to be one of the better Tsums out there, but since his launch date, there has been better Tsums that's come out. But historically, Maleficent Dragon is actually one of the better ones. Now, really for this pickup capsule, like any other pickup capsule, you're really just going after the last prize, which is a skill ticket. So if you don't have 450,000 coins saved up, I would recommend just to get Owl and get both copies and then just call it a day. So if you don't have enough coins, just get those 2 Owls and then that's it. If you do have 450,000 coins saved up, I do recommend trying to clear the capsule, so that way you could get the skill ticket at the very end. These skill tickets are pretty precious. It only comes around once in a while, so you have 2 in the pickup capsule and then whatever they give away during the monthly events. Sometimes they give it away during the mission, bingo cards, or coloring books, etc. But yeah, these skill tickets is what you really want to go after. But anyways, let's take a look at all of these Tsums individually, and then you could determine if you want to get them or not, or you could just appreciate their animation regardless. The first Tsum is Maleficent Dragon from Sleeping Beauty, and his animation description is he will clear surrounding Tsum Tsum along with the connected ones. I currently have him at skill level 3, and I need to get a total of 21 copies of him to activate his ability. And during his animation, it's going to last 5 seconds, and what it does is when you connect really long chains of Maleficent Dragon for 5 seconds during the ability, the surrounding Tsums that you clear will also burst along with it. So it doesn't have to be Maleficent Dragons that you clear, it could be other Tsums as well. So if you are a player that can make a lot of long chains relatively quickly, Maleficent Dragon is really good. I'm not necessarily the best player to connect really long chains, therefore I don't get really high scores when it comes to these type of Tsums. But if you are someone who can spot really long chains and just connect them really quickly, then you could get a really high score and also a lot of coins. And the reason for that is the longer the chain, the more bursts it's gonna have. And if you connect a really long chain, there's gonna be a lot more coins. Just imagine that during every animation or every ability, you get like 30 or 40 different chains. That adds up into your coin earning potential. And especially if you are a fast player, you can activate a lot more of these abilities back to back. So if you clear very quickly, you could activate these abilities back to back to back, therefore earning you a lot more coins. So for me, I didn't really necessarily earn that many coins with this Maleficent Dragon demonstration. At skill level 3, I got 1,692 coins. I am also playing with the 5-4 and coin boost on for all of these demonstrations, so really for me, it wasn't that great. But it is one of my top 2 out of these selection boxes, and I definitely think it is worth it if you are a fast player. Next, we have my number 1 pickup capsule Tsum here, Owl from Winnie the Pooh. Now this animation description for Owl is spawns magic bubble automatically. That's nice and all, but really for Owl, what you're after is how many skills it gives off. Now right now at skill level 4, I need to clear a total of 5 Owls to activate the ability, and you heard that right, you only need 5. So the activation for Owl is very low. You only need to clear 5 copies, and if you get him to skill level 6, it's only going to be 3. So that is one of the lowest ones that you can have in the game. And really, like, the Owl is really good for those missions where you need to clear a bunch of Tsums, or not clear a bunch of Tsums, but activate a bunch of abilities in a very short period of time. For this demonstration, I know that it's really hard for you to count, but if you start counting from the beginning to the very end, I actually got a total of 35 activations, so meaning that I got 35 abilities activated for this gameplay. Now, Owl isn't necessarily going to be great for coins or good for score. Just keep in mind that Owl is really for activating skills. Sometimes you get those missions where you have to activate like 13 skills, 12 skills per game, and also sometimes it's in one play. So definitely having Assume that is very easy to activate the ability is definitely very helpful. So that's why I recommend getting Owl. Even at skill level 1, Owl is pretty good. You only need 8 copies of Owl to activate the ability. So that's why I recommend if you could get both of them, then you only need 7. So still pretty good. It's really helpful for those missions. At the end of this gameplay, I only got 731 coins. But again, Owl is really just for the ability and getting you through missions. So get a copy of Owl. Next, we have Fix It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. And the ability description is chains you connect are doubled. And the current skill level I have, Fix It Felix Jr, is skill level 3. And I need to clear a total of 22 copies of Fix It Felix, and you could have up to 2 times. And what 2 times essentially is, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen when the ability is activated, you'll see a little hammer on the bottom. And that will tell you how many little chains that you can have. And the longer the chain that you have, the better, because it doubles. So when it says it's double, it means that like if you get 7, it counts as 14. And for some magical reason, if you get 45, then that will essentially mean 90. So which is really insane. But I think that's like nearly impossible to get a chain of 90. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or if you're able to do it, that'd be really cool. But anyways, yeah, Fix It Felix Jr is technically for score, but really Fix It Felix isn't necessarily that great for score or for coins. So for that reason, I wouldn't say Fix It Felix is one that you necessarily need or would want to get. I do think the animation is kind of cool though. I do like the movie, so maybe that's why I like Fix It Felix. But anyways, at skill level 3, I got a total of 999 coins exactly. And for the score, yeah, again, not that great. So for that reason, I wouldn't say Fix It Felix is on my top of the list. Next, we have Flash from Zootopia. And Flash's animation description is time slows down for a short while. I currently have Flash at skill level 6, and the time that it stops is a total of 6 seconds, or it doesn't stop, it slows down. And during the time that it stopped, the score multiplier is ×4. So all the things that I clear during the time that it slowed down will be multiplied by 4. So because the animation really, or the ability only slows down time, that's really the only benefit to it. What you can try to do is connect like 10 chains or 10 to 12 chains and get time bubbles. But other than that, Flash isn't really that great. Flash isn't assumed that is good for score or for coins because the ability it just isn't that great. It's really on the poor side because all it does is just slows down time. So if you are a fast player, even if you are a fast player actually, because the time is slowed down, the zooms take a lot longer to fall down. It doesn't do you any good in terms of a coin or for score. So for that reason, Flash isn't really worth it. At the end of this gameplay, for skill level 6 for Flash, I only got 520 coins, so definitely very low. So definitely could pass on Flash. Next, we have Cheshire the Cat from Alice in Wonderland, and I actually don't know why I keep calling it Cheshire the Cat. It's just Cheshire Cat. So Cheshire Cat is from Alice in Wonderland, and Cheshire Cat's ability description is clears a bunch of Tsum Tsum at random. And it's really simple as that. Right now I have Cheshire Cat at skill level 6, and it clears about 17 to 20. So that's a rough estimate. So it doesn't necessarily guarantee you 17 or 20. It could be anywhere in that range. So 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's actually one of the reasons why I like Cheshire Cat, is because it's very easy to use and you don't need to prepare. And what you should actually do is when you are using Cheshire Cat is really just spam the ability button as soon as the Cheshire Cat is fully charged, because any residual will go into the next charge. Just like right there, I'm already like almost halfway charged up before the animation even gets started. So that's what you should always do. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it, like right there, because I got exactly what I needed to activate the ability. But generally with these type of sims, you just want to activate it as soon as possible, because you want to be able to activate as many abilities per game, maximizing the coin earning potential. But anyways, at skill level 6, I only got 1,285 coins, so really not that great, and not good for score either for Cheshire Cat. So for that reason, Cheshire Cat didn't really make my top 3 list by any means, so you can probably pass on Cheshire Cat. And finally, we have Prince Phillip from Sleeping Beauty. And the ability description for Prince Phillip is clears all the Tsum Tsum in the center. And one of the ways that you want to use Prince Phillip is you want to make sure the center area of this game have a lot of Tsums. Like, you don't want to do what I just did right there, and keep it in your memory bank that I only got 27 chains, because I want to show you what I get if you wait a little bit longer. So right here I waited to make sure everything is settled, then activate the ability, and I got 33. Given I do have a big Tsum there as well, so you can subtract 4 there, but generally, like, the more of the story here is you want to make sure the center of the screen is full of Tsums before you activate the ability, because when your screens is more full or fuller, and then you activate the ability, you will get a longer chain, and usually when you get a longer chain, that means more coins. So Prince Phillip, out of all 6 of these, is one of the better ones to get more coins. If you do have Maleficent Dragon and Prince Phillip at skill level 6, Maleficent Dragon should actually supersede the coin earning potential if you are a fast player. But Prince Phillip is an easier Tsum to use and earns you a decent amount of coins. So Prince Phillip is definitely one of the ones that you definitely want to get if you need a high scoring Tsum. But out of all 6 of these Tsums, I definitely recommend getting Owl as your priority. And then you could pick between Maleficent Dragon or Prince Phillip depending on your preference. At the end of this gameplay, Prince Phillip, I did get a total of 2,204 coins, so a pretty viable Tsum for coin earning. Not necessarily the best, but still a very viable Tsum to have. So that's pretty much it for this one. I hope that you guys found this video helpful in determining if you guys want to get these Tsums or not. I do recommend getting Owl, and then you can pick between Prince Phillip or Maleficent Dragon. And as always, if you want to see more Tsum Tsum content, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thank you so much for watching.